Hello, fourth grade. For reading today, our focus is I can deepen my understanding of the text by using my own experience to create images. This assignment is found on Schoology and you would download it to Notability just like you would do any other assignments. So I'm going to start with the story that we're going to be reading. So I already put my title down. It is Nicolaus Copernicus. High up in the cathedral tower, a man in a long robe gazes at the night sky. The time is nearly The time is the early 1500s, a century before the invention of the telescope. The man does have a few instruments, however. He measures star and planet positions with devices that look like several wooden yardsticks joined together. He also has a simple metal he also has a simple metal tube through which he views portions of the sky. One heavenly body especially intrigues the man. Unlike the stars, it does not twinkle. Instead, it shines with a steady reddish glow, for it is the planet Mars. The man has viewed Mars on many nights over the years. All that time, something about the red planet's motion has puzzled him. Sometimes, while wandering through the constellations, Mars makes a backward loop before continuing on its way. For centuries, these odd movements have mystified astronomers. So if you look at here, they drew Mars is going this way. I know that because of the little arrows right here, and the loop that they were talking about is right here. So Mars is here, and what they've noticed is Mars going on a loop, going backwards, and then going back forward on its way. So I'm going to stop right there, and I'm going to think back to our learning target. It is, I can deepen my understanding of text by using my own experience to create images. So the title here I already put down, Nicolaus Copernicus. Now I'm going to choose my own experience to deepen my understanding of the reading and create the images. So I'm going to use vision here because what I see as I was reading that, I saw a lot of things in my head. And I also want to use my own experiences. Now, sometime in January, we went on a field trip to Como Planetarium, and I remember a lot of the instructors talking about constellations and Mars. So the whole time I was reading that, I kept thinking back to my experiences, and I thought back to that moment when we were at the Como Planetarium. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw. I'm going to draw the night sky, kind of like what I'm imagining when we were at the Como Planetarium. So this is what I saw as I was reading and what it related me back to. So I saw that I was in a dark room when they were talking about the constellations. I remember seeing all the different constellations at the Como Planetarium field trip. So once I got this, it doesn't have to look perfect, but that's what I'm doing with that. And these are the stars that I saw at the Como Planetarium. Different stars just like that. I'm gonna resize some of these. So I remember seeing all these different stars at the Como Planetarium, kind of like what the text was talking about. And I remember specifically Mars. And I remember seeing Mars, and I remember the instructor pointing to Mars, and I remember learning about Mars. And that is my imagery using my experiences based on what I just read, which is about Nicolaus Copernicus. So I can add more to this, or I can stop. And I add myself. I was sitting down here. Your drawings don't have to be perfect. Perfect. This is my chair. I was sitting here and I was looking up into the planetarium sky. Since I am done, I am going to go down here. I'm going to give myself 4 stars because I was able to choose a vision or choose one of these right here. I chose vision. You can choose one or more if you want. I drew something, so that's 2 stars. And the third star and the fourth star is, do they relate? Do they relate to the story? Yes. I see constellations in the story. They talked about constellations and they talked about Mars, and I remember the instructors talking about Mars. Your job is to do exactly what I did here. You're going to choose your own text. You're going to put your title up here. You're going to choose one of these or more, depending on how you, either if you read something that made you smell something, or you heard something when you were reading it, or it made you taste something when you were reading it, or you felt something, or you saw something, or you imagined different things as you were reading. And then you'll draw your drawing down here. So when you are done, take a screenshot of this and turn it in.